Hey sexies, it's your girl Lady Pelvic with Pelvic Gaming, and it's been a hot ass minute since I did a collab. So I recently beat Tales of Vesperia to figure out why everybody found a certain someone hot, and now I feel comfortable doing a top 5 list of Tales of Handsome Men. Now, I figured I'd get another Lady Tales of veteran to help me out with this top 5 list of handsome Tales of Men. Today helping me out is Queen of Rabites.
Hey Pelvic, I got a question for you. Are we really getting the truest Tales experience if we aren't falling in love with a husbando? And then looking up romance mangas afterwards? Oh, come on, it can't just be me. Can it?
What now?
Without further ado, let's talk about the handsome men in the Tales series, or Tales of Men.
Real quick thing before we begin, we limited it to 1 man per Tales of game. Other than that, it was free for the pickin'.
Number oh my god, sorry, Pelvic.
There is evil in this world. It lurks in the hearts of men.
Kless may not be the most memorable character in the Tales series, but given the technological restraints of the time, they really did a good job bringing Kless's personality to life. Especially in an era where silent heroes were the norm. And yes, Kless is on the quieter side, but you know what? I like that. There is nothing that can make a good game turn awful than an annoying protagonist. And yes, I'm looking at you, Titus. He may be reserved, sure, but his status picture sure isn't. Look at those leggings. I also have a thing for men in armor, so he is really checking off all the boxes for me. He's kind, he's brave, he's reserved, not annoying, strong. Hold up! He's only 17? Ooh. Oh, Pelvic, I gotta go. Bye! Go, move on to the next,
Number 4. 4. I don't know what it is, but I have a thing for royalty and a thing for blondes. And I
know what you mean.
Oh yeah. Wrong series. This character is from my first ever Tales of game, Tales of Grace's F. And why yes, we are speaking of my darling King Richard. To nobody's surprise, I love a good guy who goes bad. Or in King Richard's case, when something or someone makes him go bad. I love a good Tales of best friends, and one of those friends travels down the wrong path, which happens to be the one that I gravitate towards. They stray from the straight and narrow and let the worst part of themselves take hold, even if it's with help from an out-of-this-world being. I also found Richard to be incredibly relatable in my later years. Grace's F has a prologue where our heroes are kids and they meet a young and distant Richard. He's hesitant to befriend anyone because he's the prince soon to become a king. And he's smart and realizes people only schmoozy up to him because they want something, not because they genuinely care for his well-being. And we're getting a little personal here, but I find in my adult years, even in the YouTube space, there are people who give you a little more attention once they see your success start to take off. I personally find that guarded mindset very similar to my own. I try to be aware of who's in my space and how people treat me as Amber versus not so famous YouTube star sensation, Lady Pelvic. Don't get me wrong, there's an obvious difference between active royalty and a YouTuber with a humble amount of success. But people wanting you for the wrong reasons is something anyone with status or with something that someone else wants can relate to. But to end on a happier note, when Richard is back to his old self again, he's absolutely precious. He's a silly, lighthearted gent who plays along with his friends, and his skits are brilliant.
Can feel pain?
In times of pain, turn to me!
Who's that?
Who? It's King Richard.
I am the Mask of Verona! Use these goggles and this clothespin when you chop onions.
It's hard to breathe. Let me try a little more. Dude, Richard, it totally did the trick!
I'm honored to. I am the Mask of Verona! When trouble calls, just call me. I bid you good day!
It's number 3.
Good work. Restrain them and... Enter the amazing Guy.
When talking about husbando material in Tales of Abyss, you might be surprised Pelvic and I didn't pick Luke and his rippling abs. But, believe it or not, Pelvic and I value personality and rippling abs. Okay, so imagine that your entire nation is destroyed and you suffer some pretty serious trauma that you shove deep, deep down into the depths of your mind. The result
I'm sorry. Stop touching me, please.
Perhaps this journey will help Guy to overcome his phobia.
one of the oddest character quirks in Tales series. Then add in a dash of a revenge plot by becoming servants to the family that brutalized your nation and caused all the devastation in your life. Okay, already sounds like a really good start to an all-out revenge, wham-blam style action flick. But instead, you get Guy. How freaking amazingly forgiving do you have to be? Seriously, how forgiving and understanding? Instead of killing the main character and his entire family, he ends up being the most faithful companion and friend. Faithful even when everyone else abandons the main character, who is freaking annoying. We are talking like Samwise Gamgee level faithfulness and friendship. That is so goddamn attractive, particularly when compared to the super snotty Luke or the super cold Jade. Guy is just a great guy. When you add in the classic set of tight pants, some naivete when it comes to women, a passion for machinery, and a dog collar accessory, you get husbando material. Now only if I could get me some Guy.
Number 2. Mentioned before, I finally beat Tales of Vesperia, and I understand now why everyone and their mother wants to smash Yuri lol. But first things first, I'm the realist. And so is Yuri, and we belong together. Alright, end scene, thank you. Okay, no, but really, Yuri has unwavering resolve and takes ownership for all of his actions. He knows the consequences of each path he walks as a vigilante and is prepared to accept them with open arms. He's committed to his choices, and I have so much respect for a person who's solid for better or for worse, which perfectly ties into his darker side. He does jobs no one else wants to, and without a shred of regret. You all know I'm a sucker for a good villain, but Yuri is a happy compromise of a hero and a villain, the anti-hero, taking the laws into his own hands. I found him to have a wonderful balance of light and dark, and never feeds one side more than the other. He's like a good person who makes questionable decisions. However, these questionable decisions are indeed serious crimes. Circling the bad to Yuri being a good guy, he looks out for those who can't help themselves. He cares about the well-being of the lower quarter and its citizens. He cares about his teammates in his own way, taking on the dirty jobs without getting them involved, even having personal feelings for his teammates, though it's difficult for him to be forthright about it. He always keeps that cool, calm, and collected charm.
I'd also like to mention how heckin' attractive it is when a man takes care of others.
Did you see what I just did?
Yeah, Carol, that was so awesome.
I've gotten really strong.
Brave Vesperia is set if you keep doing things like that.
No, I can't just stop there. I have to keep working, get even stronger.
Looks like he's grown along with his arts. Good job, Carol.
Yuri actually takes on a big brother role for not only Carol, but Patty and Estelle as well. This is super heartwarming considering Yuri's cold and distant demeanor. He also takes on a daddy role too, if you know what I mean.
See? Look at this beautiful skin free of bruises and blemishes.
Very nice. I'm actually worried where my eyes might wander.
You don't look all that worried to me.
I've just got a good poker face. So you're okay? You don't mind leaving your armor behind?
It's sturdy, but it's heavy. Walking around with that on tires me out.
Hey, no complaints here. I prefer eye candy to scary armor any day.
Yuri's got game. I won't lie, Pelvic. I was really hoping there would be some spicy DLC of Yuri and Judith.
I prefer Yuri and Flynn. Okay, moving on.
What's behind door number 1? Okay, I think that's enough.
守れるくらい強くなってやる。大丈夫か?
In a world full of girly-looking protagonists, Kratos is pretty freaking manly. Manly and quietly confident, and Bring up that status screen, girl.
Oh, yeah.
What's not to fantasize about? We are so accustomed to the boy hero with all his bravado and bluster, but having that juxtaposed against a stable, stoic, quiet, but passionate manly swordman?
彼女はお前と一緒に崖から滑り落ちた。もう生きてはいまい。そう思った。もういいって言ってるだろ!
In addition, he loved someone enough to save them from his own organization, marry her, have a baby, and change his whole life because of love. So romantic. Additionally, double agent angel ancient hero guy, plus capable, plus romantic, plus faithful, plus tragic backstory. It all equals perfection.
And that's a wrap. This list actually wasn't as difficult to come up with as I thought it would be. It's important to know that this was a combined list, a compromise if you would, of characters that we both found attractive. If it was my personal list, I would definitely throw in King Gaius from Exilia and Exilia 2, again, kings, and Jade from Tales of the Abyss, and the father of Famagri. We hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to leave in the comments section your favorite Tales of Hades. And thank you so much for watching. Top Box is the collab video I did with the Queen of Rabites over on her channel about why Majora's Mask is obviously better than Ocarina of Time. And the bottom box is my Let's Play channel. Thank you so much, Queen, for working with me on this project. Mwah!